Hi everybody, Rachelle Jones, Luncheon Live, 11:45. It is Friday, the 6th of March. Goodness sakes, we're the third month into March. Can you even believe it? The third month into the year. That's what I really meant to say. Oh my goodness. I always have I never know what day it actually is. So I'm just waiting a few minutes. Let everyone kind of log in and get present. It's only 11:44 actually, so I think that's a code for something. But anyway, just wait for everyone. How's everyone's their Friday going? So we'll see who's gonna join us today. We never know. We just never know. Sometimes it's just Rachelle. Sometimes people join the live. Sometimes people just watch the replay. Sometimes you just never know. So here we are. What's going on in the world right now? Let's see. I don't actually know. I don't get much of any opportunity to watch the news or anything. Personally, what's going on? I don't know. I feel kind of tired today, but let's see. I know there's a bunch of coronavirus news coming. Hi, there's a bunch of that coming. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for joining. What else is happening? So for me, if you don't know just yet, I haven't heard it before or something, I volunteer with the Sheriff's Department here in Santa Clarita, where I live. There is a program called VIDA, VIDA. It's a really neat program that the county holds for youth and their families. So it's very cool because it's not just the youth, it's their families. Let's face it, we don't get to how we are by ourselves. Our family has a hand, so does everyone else that we're involved with too. Hi there, thanks for joining. So I'm super fortunate that I get to be a part of this VITA program, and so that's my news. That started last night. Actually, it started a few weeks ago, but it was my first night to work with people last night. So that is a really cool program. I just love it. And you know what? These kids, I work with the adults actually. And my husband is doing some things in there with the kids, and just to learn what people are going through and what's happening in people's lives, it's I feel sad. I feel so sad. But also at the same time, so darn grateful that everyone, rewarding. Yeah, exactly. It is. It really is rewarding. And I love when I'm talking with the group. I get about an hour and a half each night that I'm there. And so I get to go and put choose my days. I get to go about 4 or 5 different times to be with the people. And eye-opening for sure. For sure. It totally is. Rewarding, fulfilling, but hard too. They're going through hard stuff, these people, and we all are, right? But I just happen to be in that view site to see. Here's the thing. What I notice is that desperation is created, and when people have needs that are constantly unmet, repeatedly unmet. The special needs, by the way, the deep ones, love, safety, acceptance. Those are the ones that we all need. Love and safety is like safety and trust. Acceptance. Oh, hi, Jones. Acceptance or approval. When those needs are repeatedly unmet, especially emotionally speaking, it can really create a sense of desperation on the inside, and then desperate people with a sense of desperation behave desperately. And so it can be difficult. She said, hi, Jones. Hi, Jackie. How's your heart? How are you? How is everyone today? So I was just talking about what's going on with you guys, what's going on in your life, what's the big stuff that's happening. For me, it was just last night I had this VITA program that I just love through the Sheriff's Department. It's the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. So it's like a work to help troubled youth, but also their family, the adults, caring for them. And they could be foster parents, it could be their actual parents, their grandparents, it could be whomever is caring for the child. So just amazing. Really cool. I love when I'm talking and I could see the like, oh no, I got to sit through another talk, and then I see the engagement start to happen and she's different. She's talking about some different stuff. This is interesting, and then, I see the face and there's the questions, the peppering of questions. And then, okay, well, what about this type of situation? Or I see the tears and I see and they're totally in. Oh, I love it so much. I love it so much because if I really want to make an impact for kids, I need to make an impact with the adults. Isn't that so true? Like we see kids and we want to oh, thank you. Thank you. We see kids and we want to fix the kid. They have a problem. Let's go fix it. They have a behavior issue. Let's go fix it. But you know what I like about the grief recovery method is we go for root level cause. Root level. And that almost always, hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. Hi, thanks for being here. Root level causes. So I'm curious what's going on in your guys' life. That's just what I'm asking. What are you curious about or wondering or what's going on or what do you have a question about regarding grief recovery method, or could it be helpful for you? Or I was just talking about this Vita program that I get to work with and it's really incredible. So actually I forgot what I was just saying. Oh, root level causes. I agree with Anne. They're so blessed. Oh, thank you. Really and truly, though, let's see, working with the parents to help their kids is invaluable. Yeah. So here's the thing. We all want a deeper level of connection, right? Like interpersonal relationship style connection with our loved ones, whether they're romantic style love, with our friends, with our kids, with other people's kids, with the people we're around, even with our coworkers and our boss. We want to feel connected, accepted, approved of, right? And love, I bet that's an awesome feeling. Yeah, it is. It really is. When I post this back on YouTube, they can't see the feedback, so I look crazy when I'm on YouTube, but I'm talking to the people because on YouTube Live, we can talk back and forth. Yeah, and so Cheryl West works with the kids, kind of so that the parents and the children are simultaneously hearing the same information, but it's really up to the adults to lead, to implement the changes. They're the ones who are responsible for the tone, the energy, the pace, the temperature of the home. So working with the adults is pretty cool, but also the kids too. And then they get to go home and do teamwork on these new concepts and these new practicals that they're learning. Very cool. But looking at root level causes, for me personally, that's what grief recovery is about. But that's what I'm teaching in the classes is how to go back and find the root. We got to blindly, we don't know how to do it. If we knew how to do it, who taught us how to love? I mean, just think about that. Who taught us how to love? Nobody. Who actually went through a class step by step, this is how we love. That's awesome. They are blessed to have you guys. You're so cool. Thank you. Really, I can't tell you enough. I feel like the lucky one. But if you think about it, who taught us how to love? Who taught us how to be in relationship? Basically, almost none of us have gone through a class that's step by step proven to be effective by science, how to be in connection, how to be in relationship, how to be love. Nobody taught us that. Usually we just have the way that we grew up. And that either was we loved it, so we copied it. We didn't really think about it, so we copied it. Or we hated it, so we didn't do it. And we tried something new, but it was just guessing. It's all just guessing, right? Listening to youth so they feel heard and are practiced for their parents. What do you mean practice? Listening to the youth so they feel heard and are practiced for their parents. Practiced for their parents. Tell me more. What do you mean? West 2, yay, yeah. Yeah, we work together. It's really cool. I love that when we get to do stuff together. I wish he could do these with me together. I feel like they're so much more valuable when we get to work together. But he's at work and sometimes on his lunch or whatever, he could pull us up and say hi, but he can't really be present all the way. But I'm glad that you're here now. So tell me what you mean about practice for their parents. Anyway, root level causes. We were talking about root level causes, and adults are the leaders of the home. And it's and so we just bring what we have learned because we liked it, we didn't think about it, or we didn't like it, but we're just hopping around and jumping around and trying new ways, right? The grief recovery method, you don't have to pretend. You just follow what I'm teaching you and then keep using it after you learn it. And it's proven to be effective by science. So after over 40 years, there's some good information out there, but it takes at least a decade of being in practice before they can even start that process. And then it's going to take another decade to figure out, did it really work? Can it be proven by science? If I tell this person in this culture to do it, will it work the same as with that person in that culture? Will it all work? And the grief recovery method does. It's been around for over 40 years. That's why it's all throughout the world. It's just that effective. So let's see. I was thinking about that earlier. Your children have the most awesome opportunity to be able to express themselves, Wes. I wish I had that feeling of being heard and accepted while growing up. Yeah. Isn't that Well, I think about it, Cheryl. I love what you're saying because it's so powerful as a child. Like, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like for them. I can see what it's like in this moment, but how it's going to affect their life, I personally haven't gotten to see that because they're not grown up yet, but I could see the dividends now, and it's a totally different experience for them. The level of safety that I thought should be gone. Now, not to say, I know I am not so naive to think that my kids tell me every single possible thought and feeling they have. I know that they don't. But what they do talk about, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that actually happens. I thought that was pretend. Because they do talk about real things, and I'm always kind of surprised. Or the things they feel safe to say because they know what my response and my reaction is going to be, or they know that I'm not going to cut their head off or, explode my own head. So even that, like controlling my own energy and not just physically controlling it and holding it back, but doing my grief work so that I can scoop out the crap, scoop out the extra energy to just let all the stuff simmer down so I can be more present and not respond at a level 900 when I really need to respond at a level 1.7. That breaks safety and trust with our kids. Do we realize that? Do we realize that when we overreact, we're actually breaking emotional safety and trust with our kids? Does anybody even know that? Hey, Jojo, you're training the parents to listen. I'm helping the kids feel safe to share just by listening without judgment. Yes! Teamwork! That's a good one, Jones. That's exactly it. Training the parents how to listen. We undervalue how effective listening is. And also, we usually don't know how to do it. It's not just, let me just listen, and then I'm just going to wait for a quiet spot so I could tell them what they need to hear or tell them what they need to do or explain why the things happen. They'll let you know if they need to know why. Really, they just need to be heard. They just need to be heard with dignity and respect. Cheryl, I'm so sorry. I've been referring to you as Anne. I'm a banana head. Okay, kisses to you, Cheryl. I saw that happening and I was thinking, maybe they have friendship names. That's awesome. We do it. I'm so bad with names sometimes. Oh my gosh. It's a big deal to have that comfort to be able to be yourself. Yes, to be able to be yourself, to be able to be heard. As the kids, it's essential. It's essential. But then as adults, how many of us aren't heard? I've been through plenty of experiences where I just don't feel heard. It stinks as an adult. So as kids, part of the reason we don't teach kids, I don't work with kids directly. Why would I set up the kids for this massive, great, awesome learning and get them set up just so they can go live with adults who don't get it, who don't listen, who don't care? Then I've done more damage and harm to the child because what they learned, they're going to feel betrayed. She lied. It doesn't work. Whatever. And now I've really hurt them and lost them, Also, they have no control. They don't have the ability to really speak out and say certain things to an adult who's not recovered, especially. They have no control. Someone's in charge of them at every step of the life, at home, at school, on their teams, if they're in sports. No matter where they go, someone's always in charge, and nobody ever pauses to just say, what was that like for you? Please don't ask your kids, what are you feeling? They don't know. It's too big. What are you feeling? Ask me what after stupid amounts of practice could probably say exactly what I'm feeling. But kids don't know. It's too big of a question. Don't ask each other, what are you feeling? And certainly don't ask them if they're okay, because if you're asking that question, you could tell that they aren't. So don't even ask the question. It's dumb. I'm just going to let you know that right up front. Just say, what's going on? What's happening? What's chewing at you? What's on your mind? What's bubbling up for you? What does that mean to you? just a little bit more. What what was that one moment? What was going through your mind in that one moment? Does that make sense? Your middle name is Anne? No way. How did you know that? That's so awesome. I had that experience for the first time a year ago, and it was completely addicting. Do you mean feeling heard, Cheryl? Having that experience of feeling heard? It is totally addicting. It really is. I had a question I want you guys to think about too. Do you know who you are? If you ask yourself this question, who are you? Who are you? Does it help to know who you're not? So when I think about who I am, before I would have said I'm a mom, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a nurse, I'm a Air Force nurse, I'm a this, I'm Wes's wife, that's who I thought I was. Through a lot of recovery, a lot of, coming back to myself instead of living so far outside of myself for everyone else. I did get to learn who I am, but I also got to learn who I am not. And learning through recovery actions who I am not allowed me to say no to a lot of things that were pulling me from who I am supposed to be, which is love. Just pure love for myself, pure love for others, and to be trained in such a way that I can teach others step by step how to love also is just amazing. But love, I'm here to teach connection. I'm here to point us back to perfect love. I think that's why, that whole love, unconditional love definition, I don't know. It's on some of the other YouTube videos. But do we know who we are? Maybe we don't, and that's okay. Do you know who you're not? That's okay too. Do you want to learn? I mean, where could that serve you well in your life, learning who you are and who you are not? What could you say no to that's preventing you from stepping into your full purpose? What could you say yes to that fear takes over and prevents you from stepping into? Saying no was to, Rachelle, I want you to lead this. Rachelle, I want you to be a part of that. Rachelle, and I would do it, and I would do it, and I would do it. And eventually I had to start saying, I'm living outside of my purpose. I apologize. I told you I would do this, and I'm not going to. Sometimes that would go over well. Sometimes it would not go over well. Sometimes I heard, no, don't tell people that. It's going to discourage them. No joke. So knowing who you are lets you be who you are unabashedly, without permission. That's kind of valuable stuff. So yes, we absolutely want to raise our kids that way, but we can't raise our kids that way until we have done the work ourselves to know ourselves. And whether we're raising kids or we're just around kids, you can't truly be something for another person until you've done the work to find out who you are in the first place, and then been able to say no to the parts that are not you. So in doing that, that's what grief recovery is like for me. Great question, food for thought. Accept it for being me. I'm okay. My feelings are okay. It's an awesome feeling. Good. That's excellent. Feeling a childlike freedom because of this work. Yes, coming back to that inner child. And so sometimes that can be really scary for people, by the way. But my inner child, but they went through this. The child went through this. So then I sit with you, obviously. I'm not going to just let you go do hard work all by yourself. I sit with you. Whether we're face-to-face in line, just like online like we are right now, or we're in person, 8-day class or a 2-day class, I'm going to be with you and show you how to do this. I'm sure some people here could attest to the fact that I don't just say, here it is, go do it, and then leave you. No, I'm with you. I care for you. And I really want you to learn this and change your life and come back to who you are truly created to be. And it isn't all those external stuff. Feeling a childlike freedom is so much freedom. That's awesome to hear. Wes helps find yourself. See, Wesley, good job. Wes has been putting in massive amounts of work, and it's really beautiful and amazing to see. And the thing is, I can see it and feel it, but I was present for 3 other people separately, independently, to tell him the same thing. Just this week. Such a rambler. I've got to go pick up my child. I guess the big thing for me today is you're the best hug and blanket for a hurting heart. Blankets. That's what I need to have made available for people. Blankets. Cheryl, that is brilliant. Be on the lookout for blankets. With losing my Enzo so sudden and unexpectedly this week has brought daughter and I some closeness that has not been there. Thank you for helping me. So, Jackie, thank you for sharing that. And I hate that your baby Enzo has died, that you're missing him, that you're having to go through that pain. Thank you for feeling safe to put that up here. I'm proud of you for that. Big hugs from me, from anyone else who wants to send Jackie a hug. Thank you. And I'm glad that you're having this time to, it's bringing a level of closeness between you and your daughter. That's beautiful. I'm really glad about that you've been able to talk and share stories. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. That was perfect. You guys are amazing. I'm really thankful for you guys for joining every Friday. Jackie, that hurts to hear, but wonderful about the closest. Yeah, it's both. It's both sweet and sour. Don't you notice that about life? We want to just focus on the sweet, or sometimes we get stuck only focusing on the sour, but really it is a combination of both. Even a terrible, painful moment like that, it does have both, unfortunately, and fortunately too. So I'll help you with the painful parts, and then you get to hold on to those sweet ones. So I love you guys. I'm so thankful for you. I'm very, very thankful that you take your time to join in with me and just be present, share some things. I need you on my shoulder. Well, that blanket is a good one, right? Thank you, Cheryl Ann. That was perfect. Oh, you guys are so cool. Guys, I look forward to just more Fridays with you. I look forward to time in class with you. Let me know. I do have a 2-day class coming 21 and 22 March. So if you'd like to be a part of that 2-day class, I still have seats available. If you don't live in town, you can travel in. That's perfectly fine. And if you do live in town, awesome. I love to see you there. Even if it's a refresher you've already been through, but you need a quick refresher. It's just a beautiful time. It's such an amazing experience. The 2 days are my favorite. So I'd love to see you present for that next 2-day class, 21 and 22 March. Email me, text me, whatever you need to be a part of that class. I love you guys. I'm thankful for you. Road trip, I wish. Yeah, no kidding, right? No kidding. And, let's talk. Coronavirus is out there. People are freaking out. We may just be online for a while after that. Who knows? We'll see what's going on, but the world's freaking out right now. Do what you need to do to prepare. Take a deep breath. Face your fears. Get real about them, and it'll lessen. Isn't that amazing? Focus on your fear. What am I afraid of? And then what will happen? Okay, if that happens, and then what? And okay, if that happens, and then what? That's how you just start to walk through some of your fears and set them down a little bit. Because I know some are really consumed by their fear right now, and it's not, I can drive or fly. Yay! But also I know your schedule's unique too, so you can let me know and we can set. Well, I got another phone call. So, I gotta go. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll talk to you next Friday. Bye, everybody.